Hi guys, welcome to Algo Lesson. In this video, we are going to discuss using namespace std in C++. So, if you are already familiar with C++ programming, then you must have seen this line using namespace std on top of the C++ program where we include our header files. And in this video, we are going to understand what is the use of namespace std that we include in C++ programming. So let's start with the definition. What is namespace in C++? A namespace is a declarative region that provides a scope to identify function or variable inside it. So what does it mean? It means, let's say there is some function or feature that is available in a particular namespace and we want to use that function in our program. So we use namespace to tell our program or to inform our program that we are going to use this function or variable in our program, and to tell this we use namespace on top where we include our header files in our programming. We declare a namespace saying that we are going to use a particular function that belong to this particular namespace. So why it is used? So they are used to organize the code into logical groups and prevent name collision, mainly when the code base include multiple libraries. If you already know, C++ have multiple libraries, which is built-in libraries that are provided by the programming language for our use. So if we use multiple libraries in our program, then we use namespace to declare them. Okay. Now let's understand this with one example. So this is a basic example. This is a basic input and output example that I have taken. I have already covered the topic how to take input and output in C++ programming, which you can check in the I button. Okay. So here, if you see, we have written std colon colon, which is a scope resolution operator, and cout, and then printing a message, enter a number. After that, in the next line, we are taking an input from the user and storing it in the variable that we have created, that is n. And in the third line, we are printing the value that we have taken as an input from the user. So if you observe here, the one thing that we are writing again and again, that is std scope resolution operator cout and std scope resolution operator cin. So what it basically, it's saying that the cout or the cin is the functions or the features that is available inside the standard library that is denoted by std. So we are writing this std colon colon again and again whenever we are using cout or cin function. So here, if we compile or execute this code, we will get an output like this: enter a number, where we have entered 6, and in the next line it is printing that message with the value that we have entered. Now, how using namespace is going to help us and where it is used. So using namespace in C++ code indicate that any name that we are going to use in our code belong to the standard namespace, which is known as the standard library, where using namespace std denote means that the standard library is going to use, and we are going to use the functions or variable that belong to this standard library or namespace. So let's understand this with one example, like how we use this. So if we take one example, here you can see that we have written using namespace std after including the header file iostream. And if you observe in this program, which is very similar to the previous program, here we are not including the std scope resolution operator. Why? Because we have already declared on top that the features like cout or cin that belong to standard library that we are going to use in our program, and that we have declared using this namespace. Okay, so if we have already declared it, then we don't have to write it again and again, like unlike the previous program where we have to write or declare that cout and cin belong to standard library. So this way it make our code more readable because we don't have to write or repeat the same particular keyword again and again. And when we execute this code, we will get the same output what we get in the previous code. So that's why this using namespace std is used in C++ programming, just to avoid a repetition where we have just uh, in this program we just declare std1 on top of the code, and we don't have to declare it again and again, or we don't have to write again and again whenever we are using the function that belong to std. So this is how it help. There are other namespace also which we use in our programming that we will discuss later. So I'm just trying to make you understand that why namespace is used in C++ programming. So that's it in this video. This was a short video in which I just wanted to explain the basic use of using namespace std. So the notes related to this video will be available in the description. If you really like this video, subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.